If you're coming in for the first time, notice the three charts in a separate chart window, two time frames for the S&P 500 E-mini and 30-year bond chart. Join us live in Zoom. Look for the link. Right now it's about 9:22 a.m. on Monday, March 8th, 2021. Everything we do here is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be taken as direct trading advice. We're focusing our daily trade on the S&P 500 E-mini. If you're not familiar, let us know, and we'll be glad to set up a time to chat about what we do here and what the opportunities are based on this service. This service is broken down into different opportunities. One, coming in as a guest, welcome guests. We also have those that are signed up for Sol's Monthly, welcome aboard. And we have those that are part of Sol's Intensive. If you'd like to go from guest to monthly, let us know. Just raise your hand. If you'd like to go from a monthly to Sol's Intensive, certainly raise your hand and we'll set up a time to talk to you privately and personally on the telephone. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be taken as direct trading advice. You're trading between you and your broker. Hey, Biger, good morning. Casey. Hey, Cross, welcome. Welcome aboard. Hey, Cross, let us know in chat how you found us, how you found Sol. Hey, Don, Dove. Hey, Ian. Fred, Glenn, HD. Hey, Joel, KG. Kurt. Hey, Mark, Maureen, Oscar. Hey, Pedro, Peter. Rajesh, welcome. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hey, Robert. Timothy. Hey, Warren. We're getting all set up here on the trading floor, which is our normal perch. I say trading floor because that's where Sol has his private booth on the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. Sol Schruel is your host and mentor. He is actively scalping the S&P 500 E-mini for his own trading account. He'll be doing again today. He's also working with those that are part of his service through the morning session. Our morning session is through about 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time till noon Eastern Time. Hey, Roop, good morning. So when Sol pops in, you're going to hear his voice. He's going to give out today's scalping levels or scalping zones. These are the areas that he believes the market's going to make change, and he can capitalize on that change for his own trading. Hey, Oscar, no problem. I understand the situation, and we're glad to have you. Oscar, we are honored to have you, so no worries, okay? And again, let us know how we can help you generally. You know, there's a lot that goes on there, or goes on here, both publicly and privately. The first thing you should note is to write down Sol's levels when he gives them out. He's going to start out with a pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. These are his zones, as he says, or areas of interest, areas of concentration, where he believes he's got a better shot for his own trading and therefore a better shot in your trading. This is a taught experience. So again, if you're coming in from the outside, join us on the inside. Look for the link. Join us at pitiq.tv. Register for the entry into Zoom, and you'll get an email on a daily basis to come in. Today is March 8th, 2021. It's a Monday. It's at 9:26 a.m. Sol should be taking over my voice shortly. When he does, he'll give out this morning's levels. And again, everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be taken as direct trading advice. You're trading between you and your broker at your own risk. Make sure you read and understand the risks of trading. They are significant, but also don't forget of the rewards of trading. The rewards of trading can be significant. What we try to do here is work with you on an individualized basis and help you bridge the gap between being a new trader and looking for consistent profitability and trying to make that happen by working with you. I mean, that's really important to note that trading takes practice, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes focus, it takes a sort of a rinse and repeat type opportunity when it comes to understanding what's happening today based on how the market is behaving and what the market personality is, momentum and follow through. It's very important to identify the day. It's also important to have seen the activity and practice trade during that activity, utilizing, in this case, a price action trading fundamental, which Sol has been working on for the last 25 years or so. Again, Sol Showell is your host. He's a active trader, intraday trader. He'll look to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades during a good morning session. He's looking for a minimum trading profit on each trade of 2 points. That's a minimum trading profit on each trade of 2 points. And actually, I should say it this way, it's 2 points plus. Because he's looking for 2 points, but if the market's going to give him more, he is going to look to take it. So think about that for a second. If the market is in a
All right, good
position,
morning.
oh,
Good
here
morning,
he is.
everyone.
Good morning, Sol.
How you doing? All right, let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 38.43, 38.43. Resistance right here around the 50 area. Then above that, 58, 67, 74, 83. Support below at 34, 27, 20, 12, and 03. Again, I'll repeat the levels. 43 is our pivot coming up here against resistance at 50 areas. Be a little bit mindful of that. Only if you're aggressive are you taking this little quick scalp here. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. 50, which as you can see kind of already got triggered. Then above that 58, 67, 74, and 83. Support below at 34, 27, 20, 12, and 03. All right. Welcome some of the new folks that are here. We are trading S&Ps, mini S&Ps. And we try to find these levels of inflection that we believe the markets will bounce off of, support and resistance levels that we gave out. As you can see, we kind of bounced off the 50 level here as we were starting. Again, I'll repeat the levels. Pivot 43. There they are in the chat box area if you're looking for them. And again, we just came right up here to the number there should be 50, not 20. It should be 50, 58, 67, 74, and 83. So we'll make that adjustment and put them out there in the chat box area. Thank you. We bounce coming back here to our pivot here, bouncing off of this a little bit. So again, we are trying to find these opportunities to scalp the market. And the 50 also coincided with our green band there in our hourly. If you were, I know it was a little close to the opening, but maybe you were able to take advantage of a quick scalp as we were coming on here. So we give support and resistance levels because we don't believe the markets go straight up or straight down. We try to use these opportunities as a guide to the day, these levels that we give out here. In addition to the levels that we give out, there's price action opportunities that occur as the market paints some bars. And the combination of both the price action opportunities plus the levels that we give out give us trading opportunities to scalp the market, as you heard, about 2 to 3 points on our trades. Depending on volatility, obviously, when there's more volatility, we have to expand our stops a little bit and our profit targets. But I think for the time being, I think it looks like we can get by with 2 to 3 point stops, at least for the time being. That is also a subjective situation there where we have to adjust for the volatility, and everybody's adjust differently to risk. I think we understand that. Hopefully you understand that. So sometimes a trade for me would not be a trade for you, and vice versa. It all depends on how you visualize a trade, how you recognize a trade, and during using our education process, we try to work with each individual to help maximize the opportunity here for you so you can maximize profits. That's what we do here on an everyday basis. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, especially some of the new folks that are joining us. We have a trading room here, a lot of good traders here with us, and throw different ideas at me, and they work within our methodology that we have taught. And obviously, if you join us, you stay with us, and we kind of work with you to, again, fine-tune the opportunities as far as recognition of trades and so on and so forth, so you can maximize profits. So that's what we're doing here on an everyday basis. As the market continues to downtick, support level that we have is the 34 area. That's our first support level. It also coincides with our 32 is our blue band in our 5 minutes. So we have a couple layers of support. We stress that we should have reasons to trade the market before you enter into a trade. There's multiple reasons why to trade. As we quickly come down here to our 34 area, there's multiple reasons to trade, and nice little quick rotation there off of our 34 area. We got a quick 2 points there, and then a little bit more here if you have multiple contracts. So nice little trade there. You got right down to 33.75 and then bounced up. So no reason not to have the 34 if you had it straight up, and a nice rotation there off of our 34 area. So that's our first support level that got triggered, and a nice rotation off of it. We saw how as we were starting, went right up to our 50 area and bounced off of it. And this is what we're trying to do here. We don't believe markets go straight up or straight down. Consequently, we're just trying to find these inflection points that give us the opportunity to scalp the market 2 to 3 points. As you can see here, you got to take your profits because it comes right back down here. So the 34 level worked for us very nicely. A little secondary support here around 32, 33 area if you are a little aggressive, but you obviously made a little bit of money on the 34. So if you did that, then I would probably look for the 27 and go from there. But this is what we're trying to do here. Obviously, if you have multiple contracts, you take some profits and then try to see if we can find a nice entry point and try to scale and have and there is the market kind of flushing down here a little bit. You're scaling in and you're scaling out, obviously, and if you have multiple contracts, there's ways of trying to squeeze more than 2 to 3 points on our trades. But for the time being, you are just right now scalping as we enter the market and trying to figure out what's going on. And if you did by the 31, 32 area, you're getting paid off here as well. Again, there's a secondary support level there. Sometimes you have, we always have secondary support and resistance based on the levels that we give out, so that kind of helps. And you also have our blue band there to back you up a little bit. So now the next level support is 27 on the downside here. Market Nice rally Friday. Always tough to get in front of those rallies on Friday. They seem to go one way, and it was certainly the case on Friday as you had a big break in the morning and a tremendous rally the rest of the day to even close us above, well, almost close above that dominating bar on. Oh, you got your 38 there, Don. Nice trade. The blue band didn't even stop you. Maybe you even bought the blue band. You even used the blue band. That's pretty impressive for me, for you. A nice rotation there to our settlement price there at 39. In case you were looking for opportunities there. Again, there's various opportunities that occur, and we try to find those opportunities. They're subtle. Some of them are easy to find. Some of them are very subtle. Sometimes you have to be a little quick, and because the markets are moving around rather quickly, and to take advantage of them, you basically have to have your orders in place. Either way, the opportunities are there. It's just a matter of how you, as an individual trader, handle risk and how many trades you want to participate in as the day goes on. We try to, have 4 to 5 trades in the course of a day. Friday, we definitely had a few more than that. Actually, the whole week was a very busy week for us. I think we did okay overall. Again, it's all a matter of picking your spots, waiting for the opportunities to present themselves, and then taking advantage of it when it does, as we completely come back up here to our pivot area. And, you got that too. Don, you're calling them like there's no tomorrow right now. It's pretty impressive. Next level on the upside we have is the 58 area. That's the next upside resistance, because the 50 area already got used right on the opening here. Again, anybody has any questions, put them in the chat box area. If you want to try to understand what we do, or if you don't understand and would like some clarification, I would try to explain it to you as much as I can. No, I'm okay. Just first of all, I'm not a morning person. Secondly, it's Monday, so there. You okay now? I'm fine. My 50 worked. 34 worked. I'm good. I am good. Yeah, no problem over here. Monday, there was a big order there at the 1,000 lot there, sitting at the 50 area. Somebody wants it. They got taken out by 500. You couldn't even see the 500 traded, and it did. And here goes the rest of it. And so next level on the upside we have is the 58 area. But somebody didn't want to sell it there. They did. It's a nice little trade for somebody. Probably wasn't getting out of some longs. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's probably Don just sitting there waiting to get hit. All right, market. Next level upside resistance is the 58 area. It's funny, my whole life I've been like getting up early to go to work, and I'm not a morning person. But hey, happens. This is something about trading that wakes you up. If you're not a morning person, it definitely wakes you up. So it is what it is, as they say. So the market, again, Friday's rally, rejection of those lows. There was Don, I'm telling you, Don's man. Oh, he's got another 1,000 lot here at 55. Don's really busy this morning. Look at it. They're getting taken out too. They want him. I guess that's his scale. He scales 1,000 at 50, 1,000 at 55. Now, is he getting out of longs or is he getting into shorts? Who knows? But somebody's scaling into this market. I mean, I think it's obvious, right? I don't know if they're scaling in or scaling out, but they're scaling. Whoever this person is, and usually you don't see it like that. You don't usually. I think it's kind of obvious what's going on here, what this guy's doing, whoever it is. Goldman, as we quickly revert up here to our 58 area. Okay. Again, depending on how you're scaling in, you're probably filled right now. If you're looking for 58, you coming right up here to the 58 and see what it wants to do up here. Okay, a nice little quick rotation there off of our 58 area. So again, we had a quick little rotation there against our 58. Again, we're just trying to take little opportunities here to scalp the market because of the volatility. That it's moving kind of fast. Look, I got 3 easy trades here, maybe 4 or 5, depending on how aggressive you were around the blue band area and or around our settlement price initially. So we've just on our levels alone, you can see how they work. Again, but there's other there are other price action opportunities within just the levels that we give out. So if you taken those, we've been kind of busy this morning. How did I get what? All right, Maureen, nice trade. How did I get what? I don't know. Ask me tomorrow in our class. Nice trade, Maureen. Way to go. Next level on the upside we have is the 67 area. Market is just happy. They passed. They look like they're going to pass the bill that we've been talking about. And it seems like over the weekend, the Senate passed the 1.9 trillion coronavirus bill that contains $1,400 stimulus checks for many Americans, $300 per week more in jobless benefits, as well as aid for state and local governments. The measure is expected to pass the Democratic-held House on Tuesday, and it would be sent to President Biden's desk before a March 14th deadline to renew unemployment aid programs. With the Senate passage, we expect growth momentum to accelerate and forecast global GDP growth will surge 7.5% annualized rate in the middle of the quarter of the year. JP Morgan wrote in a research note, each $1 trillion fiscal stimulus adds about $4 to $5 of earnings per share, implying a 6 to 7% upside for the remainder of the year. Whew. Who knew? Yeah, right, Maureen? And all these years later, I'm still not used to it. I mean, I would get in my car and kind of sleep drive all the way down to work. And even by the time I get there, I'm still not awake. But I did have to walk 2 blocks from my parking lot to work. And if it was really, 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 really cold, it kind of woke me up a little bit. Otherwise, sometimes I'm like strolling into the pit there and shoving my way onto my spot, and then I just need my first trade to get me going. With the Senate passage, we talked about the expectation of growth, the outlook. This time around, investors are getting worried about sharp acceleration and inflation, with the 10-year yield rising 5 basis points overnight to 1.6. Contrast that with the stock market, where bulls were rooting for another big stimulus package during the push and pull negotiations at the end of the Trump administration. In fact, stock futures are pointing to another fall to start the week. That's not happening. Really wipe that out really fast. While many are concerned about an inflationary effect, the Fed has been vocal that it has no immediate plans to tighten monetary policy. In fact, its main worry doesn't appear to be inflation, but rather the damage done to the labor market by the pandemic. The last time the United States had bad bouts of sustained price increases was in the 1970s, when the economy was more insulated from the world. It depends on foreign oil and ended with Bretton Woods system that rendered the dollar a flat currency. The picture looks much different today, and since 2008 financial crisis, the U.S. economy has even struggled to achieve its inflation goals. Yes, we are. I don't know. Bond market's a little nervous, but hanging in there. Bonds have come back very nicely there from the at 0.5% or whatever, 6.5, whatever it is, what I say. S&P or the 1.6 issue there with the S&Ps, with the 10-year. But that's overriding concern, I think, right now. But as you can tell here, with all this money being thrown into it, the economy looks a little, happy. As we come off here, we have 67 as our next support area, and we're dripping down here a little bit. Support right now probably would be, I would look to say, around the 40 area. Brent crude tops $70. Crude oil futures popped above $70 overnight. Its highest level in more than 2 years after key Saudi oil sites came under attack by missiles and bomb-laden drones. Whew. Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen claimed responsibility for the assault on the Ras Tanura export terminal, which is capable of exporting 6.5 million barrels of oil per day, nearly 7% of the global demand. While such attacks rarely result in big damages, their frequency has created unease in the Gulf. Well, of course, they just need some kind of geopolitical infusion to rally that market. Geopolitical issue. That's what the market trades off of sometimes. Noise, that's noise. Such acts of sabotage do not only target the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but also the security and stability of energy supplies to the world, and therefore the global economy, said a spokesman for the Saudi Ministry of Energy. They affect the security of petroleum exports, freedom of world trade, and maritime traffic. Was he asking for help? Last month, Biden administration said it would remove the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen from the foreign terrorist organization and specially designate global terrorist lists. It also announced at the end of U.S. support for offensive operations by its allies in Yemen, which has been devastated by a 6-year civil war in which more than 110,000 people are believed to have died. That's not good. All right, again, we have support right around the 40 area right now. I think we did okay with just our levels alone, so we can pick and choose here as to where we're going to trade and what we're going to do next. Obviously, the levels are separate on their own. The opportunity there is obvious, and then the other price action opportunities. Once you get into this little trading range, or what I like to call a no trade zone, because it just gets a little bit choppy here, maybe creating some kind of range for the time being. Hard to trade those ranges. So we just kind of let it be and pick your spots as to where your support and resistance levels or next trades might be. Considering we did okay this morning, again, depending on how aggressive you were, if you just use our levels alone, you've had, just our levels, three opportunities there. If you took a couple other price action opportunities, you're probably around another 3 more trades. So again, that's all depending on how aggressive you were, and not a bad not a bad morning, considering it's only been 20 some minutes, and we've been staying on our toes this morning. But we do get good opportunities in the morning. I think you can realize as the day goes on, the trade becomes a little bit tougher. Not as I don't know, maybe sometimes more one way, maybe a little bit more. There's not so much fluidity to the market as there is in the first couple hours in the morning, and that's why actually we focus in on the first couple hours in the morning to trade. We feel that that opportunities are there for us, and give us those give us those chances to trade much better than they do in the later afternoon trade time slots. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. All right, market just kind of bouncing around here a little bit. And again, like I said, you pick your spots here to give you opportunity, and you can be a little bit patient, considering we had a pretty decent morning so far. You obviously have to be just a little bit quick, but they were there. Let's see what else we can talk about here. Besides a broader correction that has weighed on technical stocks in recent weeks, the halo of the electric vehicle sector has been fading. That has been clearly seen with poster electric vehicle maker Tesla, whose shares are down another 6% in pre-market trade to $560. The company, led by Elon Musk, has seen its shares fall from an intraday high of 900 at the end of January to a low of 539 on Friday, a 40% plunge over the course of 6 weeks. Oh, I feel sorry for Elon Musk. Not. What happened? Frothy valuations are having a reckoning. Really? Never happened before in this stock market. While semiconductor shortages has caused many automakers to temporarily close some of the lines at its factories, there have been an onslaught of EV competition from Ford, Volkswagen, and Lucid Air. While others, like former Tesla board member Steve Wesley, has suggested the automaker is not going to be the king of the hill in electric forever. There have been additional concerns, like Musk's Bitcoin purchases, and some big Tesla backers have even cashed out a chunk of their stake. Well, I would too, $900. It's pretty damn good. All right, we continue to go down. We have support. We feel a little support here at the 40 area if you're a little aggressive. That was a quick rotation down, actually. If you want to, we're looking for a little trade here. The settlement price there is right at 39 as well, so that give you a little backup there. Maybe you bought those instead. And we're getting a little bit of a play here, getting a little bit choppy. Again, just keep your stop in there no matter what. If you're taking it, again, like I said, you can pick your spots because we've had a good morning, so you don't have to really trade anything. You can wait for our levels to get triggered if you're content and happy with those opportunities. Again, if you did buy our 39 there, it's also, again, when I give you the levels, if you have a backup because of the settlement price, you can use that instead. As we continue to downtick, just keep your stops in. Really, next little support level we have will be down at the 27 area. Obviously, working this 40 area or 39 with our settlement price there. If you, okay, a nice little rotation there against that level. If you did buy the 39 there against the 40, did okay. And it's just a matter of how you obviously have to have your orders in place to get triggered because that is moving kind of fast, and it happens all the time. I don't know why it does, but they just get this infusion of trades all of a sudden into the market. But as you can tell, it's very, very thin. There's no 100 lots in the order book, so you're going to get these like pockets of gaps, pretty much, that you as an individual trader cannot get involved in those. I mean, you just can't. You just have to have your your levels and your stops pretty much mapped out and kind of let the market kind of do its thing. All right, so nice little rotation there. It's trying to hold this 40 area, but anyway, hopefully if you did scalp it, you were able to get out. If you're trying to hold on to something, then have a trailing stop. Anything below 37, no, 36 and a half. I want to be out of any longs. All right, nice little trade there. If you did get in, if you want to try to stay long against our blue band there. Had a little bit of slippage around that area. Sure, no problem. If we can repeat the levels again in the chat box area for those of us who have missed it, we'll put them out there for you. There they are. Those are our levels that we gave out this morning. All right. Again, if anybody has any questions, chat box areas where you can put those questions in. I can see those quicker than if you raise your hand, or if you put them in the Q&A section. Much easier for me to see them in the chat box as I have that window up. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat box area if anything that we're doing here or what we're doing. And we are just trying to find areas of opportunity for us to scalp the market, price action opportunities, levels, some of the indicators that we have. We don't use too many indicators, but we have a couple that work for us very nicely. And so a combination of all of those, we put together a methodology that helps us scalp the market and finding our spots, taking advantage of them one day. And being patient is very important, right? Being very patient and waiting for the opportunities there is a part of the game here. We come back up here to our pivot, so kind of just very, very thin. I mean, it's really, I mean, I'm surprised by now. They're still kind of moving around very fast, but that's okay. I mean, obviously we like that. I mean, you get quick opportunities there, right? I mean, really can't complain about them. It's just that I'm very surprised that at this point, after a good half hour, that the orders are not coming back in the box there. But they're not. It's still very, very thin, as you can see. 50 lots up and down, close to around our level, but with 5 or 6. Starting to get 100 lots, like at the top end of our ranges here, but still. When does the June roll? I want to probably say maybe this week or next. We'll figure it out. And anyway, the first day, it'll be on a Thursday. And the first day that it rolls, we'll still keep trading the previous month. We'll still be trading a March contract, and then the next day we'll switch over. They both have an equal amount of volatility and volume. The first day it shifts, so we're not losing out on anything. But I will. I'll obviously let you know. Don is saying that he saw an ad that the flip phones are coming back. The ad, was it like in the 1970s ad or 80s ad? No, 70s. 1990s ad, maybe? What did you? Maybe you got the time frame confused. They do have this new one that does fold. You're right. This big thing that costs like $2,000 or something. I don't know, but okay. Don is banking that the flip phone is coming back. He says flip phones, so he must have seen some. That must be in Texas or something. They like to I don't know. I have yet to see that, Don. I will tell you. I haven't seen the flip phone ad yet, but if anybody else wants to back up Don's theory that the flip phone is coming back, let us know. Let me know. I haven't seen that commercial yet. I believe you, Don. I just haven't seen the ad for it. That's all. All right. We'll be looking forward to the new flip phone by Don. We'll see. All right, we are definitely chopping around here, right? This is, again, pick your spots is important. Picking your spots is important, so that's why we don't have to. This is very tough to trade this little back and forth here. You think you can, but it's very difficult to trade. So, but you pick your spots. We had the 40 area down below. It also matched up with our the settlement price at 39. So maybe you scaled into that little area there, and then you got a nice rotation there off of that area. Again, any level that we give out, nothing's etched in stone. It's an area, right? And because of the volatility and because the quickness of this market right now, I guess it's illiquid a little. But this is, I mean, I think we can like this market a little bit because of the movement. When it gets one way and it doesn't move, it gets really tough to trade. But this, at least, you're going to get opportunities one way or the other. So that's all as a trader, that's all you can ask for. We did come against bounce here against our 50 area again. Again, we don't use the level. We use it once. It becomes suspect the second or third time against it, even after we've rotated to those highs. But I mean, I wouldn't have used it. But it did stop right there. It's very, very choppy right now. Very, very choppy. Patience is important. Now, really, the next level on the upside we have is 67. I wish I knew that we could bunt those 40s down there and held on to them. Didn't look good for a while there, but then finally they did snap back up. Dr. Seuss under fire. It's getting harder to find one of the 6 Dr. Seuss books the writer's estate has pulled from the publication. Some of the titles can still be found on eBay, albeit at a steep collector's price, despite the companies announcing last week that it will ban their resale in its marketplace. The books also brought can also be bought for hundreds of dollars on Amazon by a third party though the title has been pulled from Barnes & Noble's online platform. The 6, and to think I saw it on Mulberry Street, if I ran the zoo, scrambled eggs, supper, and the cat's quizzer can no longer be published because the portray people in ways that are harmful, hurtful, and wrong. The statement added that the ceasing sales of these books is only part of our commitment and a broader plan to ensure Dr. Seuss Enterprises catalog represents and supports all communities and families. All right. All right. Well, that's all for the news. You know, when I'm talking about Dr. Seuss doing it's a very slow news day. That's for sure. But we got through all the news today, and Dr. Seuss is part of it. All right. $34, $27, $20, $12, and $03. Are you asking me the question again? Or is that a question as to is that question, did you want it that we can use it again? Is the 30 level on the screen? Yeah, I mean, you can see why, right? You can definitely see why you could probably take it again, but be a little bit careful. I mean, if you're going to take it, then you have to take the 27, right? So you're going to have to do both. I can see why you're saying it, but you know. Oh yeah, yeah. It was 20. Yeah, he changed it. He changed it to 50. Are these numbers anything to look at? What does that mean? All right, market here, kind of. Well, the wholesale trade already came out, so that's irrelevant for the time being. Nothing to be concerned about. And the 3-month treasury bills, those are yields. Again, 3 months is not usually, they do that every day almost, so that's not something that is the bigger stuff, the 5-year, 7-year, 10-year, and 30-year bonds. Those are the ones that are going to be concerned about on an everyday basis to see if they might move the market. All right, came up here to the, again, our levels are kind of working, but they've already been used. So let's, we got to wait on the upside till basically 67. All right, very, very choppy in here. Like I said, though, we had a nice morning, so we can be patient and pick spots here. We don't have to just jump in on every 3 to 3. But I kind of put in 3 to 4 points in there. Give me some, especially since the market, see how thin it is. There's like no 100 lots in there. I mean, we could keep it tighter. Yeah, depending on how you scale in there, Dove. So, we're scaling around at the high there. And there's also some, it's not, there's other reasons why we can take that little level there. The 100 lots are just starting to come into the order again, just barely. The market is very, very nervous for some odd reason, but it is nervous. But it is moving around, so that's the only consideration you have in regards to what your stops are, is how the levels of what's in the order book, how you can use it to your advantage. Obviously, the quick rotations are giving us opportunities very quickly, but you have a little bit of slippage around areas, so you have to take that into consideration. Anybody have any questions? Again, you guys are good today. You're asking, you're having conversations with me. I appreciate that. It's very tough here when you don't get people talking to you. But it's good. It's good. Not complaining, especially since we're busy. I like being busy. Focus on the trading. All right, we're trying to uptick here. Again, market is very, very, moving around very quick, and it's nothing wrong with that. Just as long as we understand what's going on here, you can trade accordingly. All right, continues to uptick here. Next level of resistance we have is up at 67. We actually just had a practice this week, believe it or not. And it was fun. It was good. We had a good time. We're not allowed to, well, this is at the school with the younger kids. So we're not allowed to, they got rules at these schools. You know, you can't commingle grades. They stay away from each other. And then you have another issue with playing other schools because other schools don't want to have, but maybe the older kids, that's what I'm working on next, to see what we're going to do with the older kids. That'll be more interesting, exciting, maybe. All depends if we can get them games or not, because the kids obviously want to play. So we'll see. But we started a little bit. There's a little, and I tell you, it's tough to, they're used to playing with their masks on and stuff. It's, not that I'm playing with the mask on, but I ran a little with them. I mean, you got to keep your mask on. That's the thing. It's tough. I mean, the kids are used to it though. So it's kind of fun that we're getting back into it just a little. It's a beginning. As we continue to uptick here, got our 67 area. Okay, got our 67 area here. See what we want to do. Again, just make sure you keep your stop in no matter what. Again, if you use the upper end there, you got paid off. I think the 68 was probably a little bit better, but hopefully you're going to get paid off here a little bit against the 67 area. Again, maybe you scaled in on the upper end too, depending on how you get your scales in. You take some profits against the upper end there. And like the load, especially if you don't like the way it's trading around the 67 area. All right, nice little quick 2-point pop here against the 67 area. I'm going to try to stay short. I have a trailing stop If not, just take your profits and move on. So our levels here, just on our levels, have worked very nicely. Support right now would be around the 50 area. And continue if you want to try to stay short anything above 70 out of any shorts, and a nice rotation here against our 67 area. Again, if you have multiple contracts, you scale out of some. That's how you get to stay in the game a little bit. You take profits, so that way if you do get stopped out, it's not going to, you're not going to lose any money on them. And you can try to take a little bit more and keep scaling out of them. If you get 4 points, 5 points on these trades, just scale out of them and get a nice little trade for you. All right, nice little rotation here against our 67 area. And again, 50 would be a good support area if you're looking for a support area. Wow, nice little trade there if you happen to stay short. Don, you cannot get out too fast. That means you're making money. When I hear I'm getting out too fast, that is your explanation for, damn, I'm making money. Damn, what a problem to have. I'm getting out too fast. I love that. I love that. I know you could make more, but don't complain. When you get out of that bad trade that you had, and the market would have been worse if you didn't get out, you don't think about it that way. Oh, damn, I should have held on a little bit. I could have lost more money. Sometimes, you only look at it on the positive end. Yeah, you can't trade 100 lots, and too risky. Too risky. I mean, if again, if you're trading 100 lots, your goal is not to make $1 million a year, right? Maybe you average that, but your swings are going to be brutal. Yeah, I mean, you're not, if you're trying to trade that much, those are averages, because you'll have a big day and then you're going to you're going to have days where you're going to lose money. Maybe you average that. It's tough to say to average it. That's how it is, but you could probably get away. But you're also, if you're trading 100 lots, your goals are more than $1 million. There's a few traders that are trading 100 lots, but the markets are moving around very swiftly. Individual traders not trading 100. And some of the best traders that I know, probably, who are actively trading in 20, 30 lot positions. But they're also, their goals are like 10 to 15, 20 points too. So it's a little bit different. All right, so nice trade there. Again, there's so many different traders out there. It's tough to say, okay, to mimic one individual or another. That's why it's this. You just find your trades, find methodology that works for you and stick with it. You know, that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to find a methodology that works for us, and we use it to our advantage to make money. That's all we can do here. Can we put the numbers up again in the chat box area? There they are. Thank you. Nice rotation there against our 67 area. I actually did have 68 as backup if some of you were a little aggressive and took the backup, but that didn't really matter. Wow, Don, I think that's a compliment. Don told me that the numbers are working way too well for a Monday. I think there's a compliment in there someplace. I'm trying to be bad news, but I'm taking it as a compliment. Right? It's gotta be a compliment. I know there's a compliment in there in that statement. Not as negative as it sounds. Man tells me at first text, I'm getting out too soon. That means he's making money. Second text, the numbers are working out way too well for a Monday. All relates to the cash registers ringing. That's all I know. I think they're complaints. I think he's complaining to me. I think he's trying to have a reason to be upset. He's really trying really hard to have a reason to be upset today. He's trying. All right, next level of resistance is 74. Yes, you would. That's my favorite line, by the way. I want you to know that. All right, coming up here to the 74 area. Again, we're just trying to find opportunities to scalp the market, and you can pick your spots. You don't have to trade them all. Well, after we trade the 74 area, we'll give you some more levels here to the upside. Like last week, I kept giving you levels to the downside. Friday, I gave you levels to the downside. Then I had to give you, as the day went on, I was almost have to give you levels to the upside. All right, we got a nice rotation there off of our 74 area. You got in there 3.5, obviously, or scale. Hopefully you got in. This time you can keep a tight stop because you're up money, right? Even if you got in at 73, still getting a little bit of paid off there. So the levels here above the 83, the next level above is 83. I'll wait here a little bit. Let's see if what you guys are doing. You're taking the 72, again 74. I mean, you're getting paid off here, kinda, almost. Fine. Again, hopefully you took some profits on that first dip down. Let me give you some levels here. Next level above is 83. And above the 83, you got 90, 98, and 3906. Never know which way these markets are going to go. So above 83, you got 90, 98, 3906. Again, if you're working the 74 area here, hopefully you were able to take advantage of it when we click down to on your first entry point there. If you look at the chat box area, these are the levels that we've given out this morning. So far, our downside support worked very nicely, and then all our levels up here so far this morning have worked very nicely as well. That means you've been able to make some profits off of them. That's what very nicely means. And as Don has been saying, that they're working very well for a Monday. I don't know what that means, but that's what Don said. I actually thought they worked really good for Friday too, but hey, it's okay. If you don't like Mondays, that's fine. All right. Nice trade there, Don. Might be another early. Didn't you leave early on Friday? Might be another early day for you. Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Oh, gee. Nice. Very nice. See, I knew there was a compliment in there. I just knew it. I knew there was a compliment in there. All right, we're up here. 83 is the next level on the upside that I have some resistance. Then, as you saw in the chat box area, we got the other levels and printed in there, 98, 98, and 3906. Those are the levels above the 83 here. I never know which way these markets are going to go. Like I said last week, a couple times, I was giving you levels, added more levels to the downside. I never know. I don't try to predict which way markets are going. That is not our job. Our job is to trade what the market is giving us on any particular day. And you are just trading the market. We're taking it, we hope for ebbs and flows in the market because that's gives us good opportunity to trade. Ebbs and flows is what we're getting today, obviously. When the markets are one directional, a lot. All right, so that if you just were able to be a little bit patient, you hopefully did not get stopped out there against the 76 area, and you got a nice rotation here. You got the good 3 points on them. Hopefully you were able to hang in there with it with a nice double top there that the market created for you. But you shouldn't have been able to. Hopefully you didn't get stopped. Well, there was also a rotation off at 3.5 that gave us our profit. So if you did take the upper end of the range, you did okay. All right, Tim, nice trade. Very good. Thank you for letting me know. Sometimes I don't know, but should have worked. I mean, I know Don's worked. Don's been telling me it's working. I think he's telling me it's working because he tells me that for a Monday, things are going pretty good. All right. All right. Any questions by anybody? This is a good, really good time to ask. It doesn't always work this way. Just want you to know that. All right. I mean, just, let's not get carried away here by the levels are working out very nicely. And, but it doesn't always work out this way that we're getting, it's a little bit harder sometimes. A lot of times. So today, you got to take what the market gives us, and the market is giving us some good rotations. 74 is just a beautiful number. That's all I can say. Just a beautiful number. Don, you're going to tell me again you got out too soon. I know. Sorry. Like I said, I think Don's been there. He's out now. Good. Glad you held on this time. Can't give me that line item. All right, market again kind of got up here to the 74 area, got up here to 76, and kind of trending down here a little bit. As support would be back around the 55 area. Anything below 48, you don't want to be long anymore. The next level of resistance is up at the 83 area. We've had pretty good opportunities this morning. Again, if anybody has any questions, if you like what we're trying to do, what we're doing here, if you want to be able to independently do this on your own, because that's actually the goal of the course here, is to be able to let you find these opportunities on your own, trade them on your own, and become an independent trader. That is the goal of the course. Very nice rally here off the morning. The nice part about the rally is that it gave us opportunity. It wasn't one of those slow creepers. You get the slow creepers more and more. That happens more in the afternoon trade. It gets a little very difficult to scalp those markets in the afternoon, especially if they have a slow rally. But for the time being, we are taking opportunities of the fluctuations in the market, the ebbs and flows. We're getting those today. It's an influx of the volatility that comes in the morning. Obviously, the last couple of days of movement has helped today's movement. But we're not here to try to figure out, where markets are going or what the long-term projections are. We're just scalping the market, whatever the trades are any particular day. That's what we're trying to do here. And again, the goal here of the education course is to be able to let you find the levels on your own and to trade them independent of me, because sometimes I'm not going to be around. Again, anybody have any questions? Good time to ask, because we're getting here towards the end of the morning session, as you can see, but we've had some very fine opportunities just using our levels alone. If you don't use any of the other price action opportunities that have occurred, you should have done okay with them. All right, as you can see, we've come into a little bit of a range-bound trade here. That's when we like to just kind of hold off. And next level on the upside we have is the 83 area. Downside support would be around 55, at least for the time being. All right, let's talk a little range bound here. If you're going to trade the range, make sure you have your stops in there. I'll tell you that. And I'd rather wait till we get, an opportunity to trade against either a level or, price action opportunity. But, some of our traders do like the range bound trade. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you understand the risks involved. At the end of the day, each individual trader is responsible for their own decisions. And you have to determine what trades you are trying to find and which ones work for you, which ones you're comfortable taking, and how you recognize those trades. All those things are important. No, it has not been a slow Monday after unemployment. It has been usually the case that Monday after unemployment has been is historically kind of a slow Monday. Not today. But I think that could be attributed to the fact that they did pass that stimulus bill, and pretty much they're getting exactly what pretty much what they wanted, and so I think that's kind of adding to the volatility this morning, not lack of volatility as you would usually get after after an unemployment Friday, which is good. This makes up for some of those Mondays, but hey, can't complain. Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. Okay. All right. That was very good. Very good, HD. Very good. All right. Well, so again, 55 area, anything below 48, probably don't want to be long anymore. So if we're going to do anything, if you're looking for some kind of trade, I'd wait to on the downside, 48 below. Maybe we get a little rotation to the downside. Next level resistance on the upside is 83. Little quasi support here at the 58 to 60 area. And right now in the middle, considering we had a pretty decent morning, let's just, be patient and wait. Kind of good time to just, pick your spots and, just wait for the opportunities to present themselves. All right. Again, range bound trades obviously working. There's the levels in the chat box area for you. And take a little bit of break back here in a bit, see what happens.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. Welcome those that are coming in as guests today. Welcome as guests. Should see a series of 3 charts in a separate chart window. 2 time frames for the S&P 500 E-mini and a 30-year bond chart. For those that are coming in on the outside, there is a opportunity to come into Zoom Live. So just click on the link. I'm going to put up the link now. Right now it says log in free now via Zoom at pitiq.tv. Just go to that website, look for the registration link and pop in. It's a free registration. Hey, Anupam, Biger. Hey, Charlie, welcome. David H. Hey, David, are you part of Sol's Monthly? Just let me know back in chat. Hey, Dean, Don, Dove. Hey, Frank, Fred. Hey, Glenn, HD, Joel, KG, Kurt. Hey, Maureen, Pedro, Peter. Rajesh, welcome. Rajesh, I'll send you out the link. Let's sign it up for Sol's Monthly. I'll send it out to you now. Just let me know if you got it. Hey, David, welcome. Hey, David, it's your first time in? Welcome aboard. I'll send you out the offer just so you have it. It's a pretty good offer. Turns out to be 25 bucks a week. Were you able to get Sol's levels today, his zones? I can always repeat them for you if you haven't received them. Oh, that's great. Excellent. Welcome aboard. So I just sent that out to you so you have it. I think you should. Guests are always welcome. Come in and kick the tires. See if this is something for you. I can give you a brief rundown. You know, this is a daily opportunity. It's focused on scalping, trading the market intraday, particularly the morning session. Right now it's 11:51 a.m., so we're coming to the end of the morning session. If you need trading software, let us know that focuses on the S&P 500 E-mini. You should trade in a practiced environment where you have the ability to trade against real-time data, but not risk your trading capital. You should learn, and this is the opportunity that presents itself here, is that you should learn and then apply. So the strategy here is price action. The application is the entries, exits, and stops in and around Sol zones. It gives you a roadmap of those zones right around the cash open when he sets them, and he gives them out to you in audio, and then we have them in here as a repeat. So just let me know if you need that. I'll read them out anyway, since I see them here. It was 38.43 was the pivot, 38.43. Support was 34, 27, 20, 12, and 03, and resistance at 50, 58, 67, 74, 83, 90, 98, and 3906. And Charlie, you got the repeat of the levels. Just let me know back in chat if you need me to slow down when I give them. I just remembered that you had asked for them. Hey Rajesh, do you have any questions about Sol's services, what we provide here? Oh, that's great. You're talking about Galois? So I got the pivot at 38.43, 38.43. I've got support at 34, 27, 20, 12, and 03. Resistance at 50, 58, 67, 74, 83, 90, 98, and 3906. And the William we're talking about, is that for Striker? Oh, great. So, so you have his number and he's going to be reaching out to you. Just want to make sure I got that right. Oh, that's great. Excellent. So when you do speak with them, tell them that they owe Brad a call. You know, when you finished your stuff with them. Or say I'm looking for them. You could do that too. But yeah, no, I think just Brad is looking. Yes, they'll know. Hey, Rajesh, are you back? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And David, hopefully that explanation gave you some additional information that you can work with. And again, the activity here is the morning session, which is coming up here right now. It's 11:57 a.m. on Monday, March 8th, 2021. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be taken as direct trading advice. You're trading at your own risk between your platform and your broker. We look to help you develop a skill set that you can utilize and focus on to look to develop consistent profitability in your trading, which is a tall tale or tall hurdle. and we try to help you bridge that gap and then keep you on the right side of that as you move forward. So don't hesitate to inquire. For those that are joining us on the outside and not in Zoom yet, you have the opportunity to join us in Zoom. Just look at the language that is printed there at the bottom of the charts. It says learn to trade the markets as a living. Log in now free via Zoom at pitiq.tv, pitiq.tv. Hey, just go to that link. You can register, drop in, you can ask questions, interact. The journey here is how to help you learn how to trade. Set you up with a trading platform if you need it, or set you up with to speak with somebody about a trading platform. You know, your setup is between you and a licensed broker, and that's the way it is. You should learn the risks associated with trading. And if you like what we're doing here, recommend your friends. We look to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades on a good trading morning. We like to be done early and having banked our money for the day. And we look to help you do the same. So I'll be in the background. We'll wind down the So if you're just joining us, welcome aboard. This is price action trading, focusing on the S&P 500 E-mini. There's a lot that goes on here, both publicly and privately. There is a opportunity for individuals that are joining us from the outside to join us in the Zoom room directly. You should see a series of 3 charts in a separate chart window, 2 time frames for the S&P 500 E-mini, a 5-minute and a 1-hour, and a 30-year bond chart. If you need help getting set up, let us know. We'll be glad to assist you. You know, the markets are, the opportunity to make money and earn money by trading the markets, whether it's a serious hobby or for a living, presents itself based on charts, brokerage firm charts. The charts that you see that are in front of you are pretty basic and not too complicated. That's why Saul likes to keep it. Saul is your host and mentor. He's been scalping for 25 years. He's been on the trading floor in Chicago for, well, up until the pandemic sort of chased everybody off. And they're not sure what they're going to do about bringing people back. But he would still be down there at his private booth that he has earned the right to be at. I think he misses it. I think that, getting out and about and being part of the action, the flow, and being amongst his buddies on the floor was a pretty good deal and a pretty good day. But you have to survive by making money. You have to earn by trading, interacting with the markets, and in this case, a disciplined and I guess tried and true approach based on Saul's efforts over his 25 years or so. He has developed a price action trading strategy that starts out with setting key proprietary scalping levels right around the cash open. Like right now, it's 12:02 p.m. Eastern time. We start here about 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. Saul pops in right around the cash open at 9:30. He gives out the zones that he is looking at in his own trading. He gives them out in audio to everybody, and then he posts them in the chat area. And then he goes on with his trading. He goes on with the commentary about the trade through the trading morning. There's a lot, again, that goes on both publicly and privately. So join us in the Zoom room if you're coming in from the outside. Look for the link, pitiq.tv, PIT, so it's www.pitiq.tv. Register for Zoom, join us live, ask questions, interact, learn how to develop a trading skill, a price action trading skill, and how to work that skill to make money. And again, it starts out with these key levels, these key zones, and then what to do with the zones, the entries, prices, the exit prices, and the stop placement. Now, the stops are there to protect your money. The exit strategy generally is 2 points plus based on the S&P 500 E-mini. One contract that's $100, less fees. If you can learn how to do that on a consistent basis based on Sol's teachings, then you got a shot at raising your contract size. And if you add it up over time, I think this is important, is that, you know, people sometimes come in with the idea of home runs. I'm going to make a ton of money based on trading the market. And that can happen. It's just a matter of how you discipline yourself to make that happen. And if you can make money on a 2-point plus consistent basis, then you've got a trading business. And that's what Sol strives to teach you on an individualized basis based on this service. So that's what we do every day. So take the time to stick around, join Sol as a monthly. I did send out the opportunity for some individuals to sign up at the deal, which is $100 a month versus $379. And it's your opportunity to be part of or not be part of. So for those that are coming in on the outside, they're not in Zoom directly, write down this link because we're going to exit because our focus is to make money and learn how to scalp in the morning session, which we're at the end of. Right now it's 12:06 p.m. So write down www.pitiq.tv. Go to that webpage, join us. We keep the service on for the rest of the day. There's some interaction with some new individuals that come in or individuals that have questions about Sol's services. But generally, it's pretty quiet. It's funny, I just tried to type it in myself. www.pitiq.tv. Okay, good. That brings you right to the webpage. Starts out with Zoom It Live. Learn to trade the market as a living. Trade setups, entry, exit, and stop strategies. Log in free now below. And then you click on it. It asks you to register. And then you're in Schaefer City.